And welcome back to your mum's favorite channel on YouTube, Cult Strength. It is a special day. Today I'm going to show you how you can get jacked using only dumbbells. And yes, you heard me correctly, you can get jacked using just dumbbells, and today I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now, some of you guys may have access to very limited equipment. Maybe it's a small home gym, but you probably have your dumbbells, right? And some of you guys probably have access to the fanciest, finest equipment and those nice gyms, but sometimes when you get there, some motherfucker is on that machine you want and they can sit there forever. Now you can wait, or you can go to the dumbbells. Now, usually it's a ghost town, but let me tell you right now, you can absolutely get jacked using dumbbells. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go over every single muscle in the upper body. I'll show you my favorite movement for each of them. We'll go chest, we'll go shoulders, meaning the front delt, side delt, rear delt, traps, our back, and triceps and biceps. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to get a filthy pump, I'll tell you right now. Hope you enjoy this, baby. Let's go. All right, baby. Now, first up, we're going to go over our chest. I'm going to give you 2 exercises that I think are excellent with dumbbells that you can do to get jacked. Now, the first one, an incline dumbbell press. Nice and simple. This definitely targets the upper chest. Yes, you're going to hit some of the mid chest and the lower chest too. What's really important here is range of motion. So I'm going to show you what I want you to do when you do this movement, because there's no point doing it if you're not doing it properly, baby. We're trying to get big, we're trying to get jacked, which means full stretch, full contraction. Let me show you what's up. Now I'm going to use 40 kilo dumbbells for demonstration, about 90 pounds each. Pretty light for me, but I didn't want to throw around little baby weights because it's just not fun. I'll go a few reps, have a look at how I do it. This is excellent for overall chest development. And hey, it helps you get strong, helps you build a bigger bench press. We start with the dumbbell head touching the shoulder, okay? Full stretch here, press. We lock our elbows, but we do not touch at the top. We maintain control and stability, okay? Now we're going to slowly bring it back down with a neutral grip, back down to the chest and press. Okay, now if you want to maximize hypertrophy, focus on slowing down the eccentric. 3 to 4 seconds down and up. If strength is your focus though, you may want to go a little bit faster. We're trying to get some reps out, okay? But the most important thing is that you are using a full range of motion. Excellent movement for chest. This is probably my number one, and it also hits the shoulder. We'll talk more about that soon. Moving on. All right, baby, next up, we're gonna be hitting a flat dumbbell bench press. Now, if you do a lot of bench pressing with a barbell typically, I wouldn't really worry about this. I would focus more on the incline dumbbell. But if you don't do a lot of flat benching, then you can definitely chuck this in. Now, the incline bench press targeted more of the upper chest. Yes, it's hitting the mid lower chest as well, but this movement here is going to hit more of the mid chest and the lower chest, especially in that full stretch position, all right? If you're wanting to develop your lower chest and your pecs, make sure you're not cutting the reps short. Make sure they're coming all the way down, full stretch position, right? That's where it's going to be loaded. That's where you're going to get the most gains. I'm going to show you a set here so you know what I'm talking about. Then we'll move on, baby. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, full stretch position. Press. Slow down, full stretch. Yeah. Easy peasy. So, my 2 favorite chest exercises that you can do with dumbbells, both presses. You can do flies, and I'm going to show you an example of a fly you can do, but for me, it's not a personal favorite, but I know a lot of you guys like doing them, so I'm going to show you how to get it done. Let's go. All right, baby, now the pec fly. This is something I personally wouldn't do with dumbbells. I don't think it works anywhere near as well as it would with, let's say, a cable or a machine. Now the reason being, it's loaded differently. When we're using a cable stack, we're getting constant tension that is even from top to bottom, right? All the way down, it's consistent stretch. With the dumbbells, you'll find that the closer it is to your body or above your body, it's gonna be nice and light. The further out it goes, it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. So the load is very uneven and not optimal, and it can lead to injuries, I find, in my experience, what I've seen. But if you're gonna do them, if you're hell-bent on doing a fly, use really light weights and think about really nice and slow eccentrics, like this, okay? Now, if you experience shoulder pain doing flies with dumbbells, simply don't fucking do them, okay? But if you need to, this is what I wanna see, gang. Soft elbows, okay? Super slow through here. Maintain that elbow angle, stretch. Okay, now your mobility may allow for you to go further. Again, this is why I don't like dumbbell pec flies. It puts an unreal amount of stress on the shoulder joint at the bottom position. But if you're gonna do it, go light, do it super slow, feel the fucking stretch. Moving on to back next, baby. Let's go. All right, baby, moving on to back now. Before we do, please make sure you like this video, drop a comment and subscribe. Truly helps me grow this channel, and that's the goal. Now, for our back, I'm gonna go through 2 exercises, 2 pulling movements for the meat of the back, right? For the lats, for the rhomboids. We will target the rear delts a little later, although yes, your rear delts are also being hit here, okay? But this is mainly with our lats, with our rhomboids in mind. A bent over dumbbell row, very similar to a bent over barbell row, except with dumbbells. You guessed it. All right, baby. Now again, hypertrophy, that's your focus. A nice, slow, eccentric, full stretch, that is gonna be key here. All right, gang. Let those lats wrap around your body. Full stretch, full contraction. Squeeze those lats. Keep your body relatively still. Right, of course, you can load it up a lot heavier. You can also use a little bit of body English, meaning, yeah, you can swing a little bit. It really depends on your goals, your experience level, but the key thing here for getting big is slow eccentrics and time under tension, and of course, over time, progressively overload the movement. Like every other fucking movement. You know what I mean? Moving on. All right, gang, next up for the back, we have a chest supported row. Very similar to the bent over row. This would suit someone who potentially doesn't want to do a bent over row. Maybe your lower back's a little bit fucked up, maybe feeling a bit sore. This is definitely a safer movement, okay? We're taking a risk out of the equation, and we're really focusing on just the back movement. There's no possibility for any body English. This is all your back, all right? The full stretch and a full squeeze. I'm gonna give you an example. Pretty self-explanatory though. All right. Full stretch. Oh yeah, that's a good one, gang. And remember, if you're trying to target lower on your lats, simply roll it back a little further and squeeze your lower lat, right? If you're trying to hit more of the mid upper back, you could potentially turn your dumbbells out a little bit and roll it up into here, right? Depending whereabouts on your back that you want to hit. Absolutely. So that covers our back movements. We're going to move on to our shoulders next. We'll do the front delt, side delt, rear delt, and the traps, baby. Team no neck. Let's go. All right, baby, moving on to shoulders now, but just quickly, right? Yes, it's great to be optimal. When things are optimal, that's fantastic. When that is possible, we should be that way. But that's not always possible, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be getting everything we can out of it. Now, some people get too stuck on everything having to be perfect and everything having to be optimal. That's a fantasy world. And sometimes, motherfucker, you just gotta have some fucking fun. You gotta blow some steam off. So don't worry if not everything you do is optimal. Obviously, we want to lift with a high standard. We want to take pride in what we do. We want to do it well. But don't stress if everything isn't optimal. If dumbbells aren't gonna do exactly what a machine does, it's better than not doing it at fucking all. You know what I mean? You just got to get it done, baby. Maybe next time you can get on the machine. Hey, maybe a few months down the track, you're in a better position where you can get to a gym where they have all the nice shit. But until then, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get bigger. I know you are. I fucking believe in you, motherfucker. All right, front delt. Now, I'll just say that I don't think most people need to worry about isolating the front delt. Most people that bench press a lot have quite developed front delts, but if you haven't been doing a lot of benching, if you don't have big front delts, what's the best way to hit them with a dumbbell? Now, traditionally, people would probably say a front raise, right? They're half right. We're doing a front raise, but not like this. Okay, why not? We're not in this full stretch position. There's no stretch here. Hypertrophy is found in the full stretch position. We're gonna do a regressed front raise where we're starting with our arm behind our body. Okay, I'm gonna show you. You don't need to go heavy with this. Again, it's all about the full stretch, and this may not be needed or suited for everybody. If you already have big front delts, maybe spend more time on the rear delt, because for me, that's something I need to focus on, right? Done a lot of pressing over the years. I wanna bring my rear delts up a lot. But here we are, right? So, dead hang, full stretch. I'm just raising it up with my front delt. Neutral grip. We only need to go to about here, okay, before we start losing tension on the front delt. Control down all the way until you feel the tension starting to fade off, and then calm up again. All right, don't let that tension or that slack come off the front delt. Keep it loaded, nice and easy, right? Again, you don't need to go heavy. We'll be doing these for reps of 12, to 20, sometimes even upwards of that. So that's an excellent movement for the front delt. Moving on to side delt, baby. Let's go. All right, baby, now we're talking side delts. Obvious one for this, lateral raises. Now, I am gonna show you an alternative as well if you want a further increased range of motion, which is not a bad idea for this movement. But again, with dumbbells, I'll admit, doing a lateral raise with a dumbbell is not optimal. The most optimal way to do a lateral raise, I would say, is on a cable stack where we're actually able to lean away and start the movement with our hand being stretched across our body, right? Creating a stretch position here, raising like this. That would be optimal. It's not always as easy to do it with dumbbells. Yes, there are ways, but it's never quite the same. However, we can still get an incredible pump and incredible results using dumbbells. I use these most of the time. One of my favorite dumbbell exercises for sure. And hey, let me know in the comments, what are your favorite movements with dumbbells, and have you learned anything so far yet? And you better say you have. Dead set. All right, lateral raises. Again, controlled movement. Okay, controlling it down. We're not letting it touch our sides though. We're keeping tension. All right, I'm not letting it rest at my side, not letting it come in and hit me here. I want to maintain the slack and the tension on my side delt. All right. And I'm just bringing my hands up to around shoulder level. Okay, now, excellent movement. Again, high repetitions, 12 upwards to fucking 30 repetitions. That's great. Now, if we want to increase the range of motion, very similar to a lateral raise. It's called a Lu raise. The Chinese weightlifter came up with this one. Now, typically they do it with a plate. This is a dumbbell video. So it's not really exactly the same, but you'll get the gist. Ready? All the way up, right? Back down. Very much the same thing. We're just taking the shoulders through a greater range, but I will say that probably induces more of a full shoulder pump. It's fucking sick. Yeah, dog, that's what's up. Moving on. All right, baby, now we're talking rear delts. Now, do not even think about clicking off this video now. I know a lot of you guys only like to train the muscles you can see in the mirror. But if you want big shoulders, if you want developed shoulders, fill them up all the way around. Don't neglect your rear delts just because you can't see the pump. Pump feels good. Now, very similar to the lateral raise, we're doing a rear delt raise. So essentially changing the angle of our torso. I'm going to be leaning over a bench for this. So chest supported rear delt raise is excellent. We want to set our chest a little higher over the bench so we get a nice stretch through our rear delts, right? We want to really get them nice and stretched, like in this hang position here. And from here, I'm using my rear delts to raise the dumbbells up. I'm going to try not to swing it, just contracting my rear delts. Yeah. So it's important that if you want to hit your rear delts with dumbbells, your chest has to be facing the floor, right? Otherwise, you're just going to hit your side delts or your front delts. Easy peasy, right? Again, high repetition sets. For me, I love training my rear delts and side delts in supersets. Just getting a fucking disgusting pump all the way around the shoulder, especially after doing some pressing, right? Oh, feels like gravy. Anyway, that's enough for the delt. We're going to talk about the traps, and then we're going to finish with arms. Absolutely, let's go. All right, baby, moving on to traps now, but I just want to mention that if you want to grow, right, doesn't matter if you're using barbells, machines, dumbbells, what is key is progressive overload. So make sure you have a plan, make sure that over the course of, let's say, 6 to 12 weeks, that you have progressed with either load or volume. That's important if you want to grow. You have to get better to grow. Don't forget that. Now, shrugs. Similar to a barbell shrug, but I think with dumbbells, arguably, we can get a better stretch. You don't have to go super heavy. Everyone wants to get some really heavy dumbbells and bah! What are you doing? Shrugs, okay? Get a full stretch of your trapeze muscle and contract it up and fucking squeeze. Like you're pushing out the demons on a Sunday morning after you've had a big night on the piss. Go to church. All right. So, full stretch position here. All right. Well, that's a nice stretch on the traps, right? Oh, yeah. Slow. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Someone asked me a question. I don't know the answer. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? We're training for that. We're training to be a little bit unsure, maybe a bit mysterious, but we're also training to get jacked. We're going to finish up with arms. If you haven't yet, make sure you like this video. Make sure you drop a comment. Tell me, have I made you laugh yet? Probably have. And subscribe. Let's go. All right, baby, we're going to start with triceps with arms. I'll show you two movements. I'll show you one movement where we're mainly looking to build the medial head and the lateral head of the tricep, and another movement where we're going to hit the long head of the tricep. So we're hitting the entire tricep, which is really important. You don't just want to do the same one exercise if it's not hitting the entire tricep, or it'll be undeveloped. You know what I'm saying? Now the first one, we're going to do a dumbbell JM press. Okay, now it's not a skull crusher, it's not a tricep extension. Maybe I'm going to do that next, right? This one is a JM press, so what's important here is that we're not letting the dumbbells stretch too far back. We want them, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so start here with neutral grip. Now, JM press, we push our elbows forward, right? So they go forward, dumbbells come down, brush just past the shoulder, press. Brush just past the shoulder, press. Our hands are coming down roughly in line with our jaw, okay? Now, if we're doing a skull crusher, they would go back, right? Our elbows would go up in the air and back. That's not what we're doing here. It's a JM press. So elbows forward, okay? Dumbbells come down, just brush the shoulder, press. Okay, start light. You would need to work on your coordination a little bit maybe. So really focus on a nice slow eccentric, and you will definitely load the triceps up. Next, we're gonna go hit the long head of the tricep. Don't neglect that shit, because most of you do. I did for years. A lot of people don't know that some movements don't hit the entire tricep, right? That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. Let's go. All right, gang, the long head of the tricep. We're gonna do an overhead tricep extension, okay? We do single arm with the dumbbell. You can do 2 arms if you want, right? But I find with one dumbbell, we get a better stretch. And again, don't have to go super heavy here. So simply start, dumbbell above your head, bring it down, full stretch on the tricep. Right? Now my mobility in my shoulder isn't great, and I'd probably take a few more sets to warm up, but you get the gist, right? Elbow high, full stretch. You get the stretch down here, right? The long head of the tricep. The other movement is more around the elbow, but this is up near the armpit more. Easy peasy. So they're the 2 movements that I would do for triceps. Again, when I train my arms, I tend to do high reps, but sometimes it's fun to do low reps too. It's up to you, man. But just make sure over time, you're progressively overloading. You're getting either stronger, you're lifting more weight, or you're doing more reps and sets. If you're doing that, you're gonna get bigger and you're gonna get better. Biceps next, let's go. All right, gang, biceps. Again, same principle here. We're gonna do 2 different movements. One to hit the long head of the bicep, one to hit the short head of the bicep. Now, to hit the long head of the bicep, we're doing a hammer curl, okay? Again, if you watched my video yesterday, I'm currently pursuing some arm wrestling. So I perform my movements a little bit differently, but today I'm gonna show you a traditional hammer curl for hypertrophy, okay? Full range of motion. We'll go 1 arm at a time. Bringing it up, all the way, slow. Oh yeah. Right? We're keeping the hand neutral. We're not supinating at the top, meaning we're not turning our palm up. Not at all, baby. Right, that's a hammer curl. Excellent for the long head of the tricep. Now, if we're talking the short head of the bicep, which is more of the peak, I guess you could say, right? A concentration curl would probably be my favorite thing. I'll just move this bench a little bit. So there's multiple ways that you can do a concentration curl, right? You can do them sitting, you can do them as a preacher curl. I like to let it hang out. You know what I'm saying? So I find a bench about here, somewhere nice and relaxed. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let my arm hang straight down, all right? From this position here, I'm not really moving my elbow, curling it up, baby. Full contraction, slow. Oh yeah. And really take some time to actually look at your bicep and focus your efforts there, right? Because I always found hitting the short head of the bicep could be difficult. I couldn't really get that peak contraction feeling, but I found this angle right here very good, right? Full stretch, full contraction. I'll do a few of my other arms just because I want to even that shit out. But yeah, baby, that is how you can get jacked using just dumbbells. Now, I think I'm pretty jacked. Did I do it just using dumbbells? No. I've used all sorts of equipment, right? But what I can say is that I've had a balanced approach over the years. I definitely utilize the fuck out of dumbbells, because let me tell you right now, 90% of the time, all I had was barbells or dumbbells. They helped build me this. They helped build me a 1,050 kilogram powerlifting total, a 260 kilogram bench press. They helped. That's why I'm still using them now. Even if I had the most beautiful machines in the world, which I don't right now, but if you go to cultstrength.square.site and buy my programs, I may be able to afford one day, and I'll show you guys. I promise. I might even ask my beautiful European girlfriend if he can come around for a sleepover. I don't know. Can they come for a sleepover? No? No, fuck. I'll work on it, but anyway, you get the gist. And I'm carrying on now, and I think I forgot about what I was talking about. But either way, I'm feeling pretty jacked, yeah? I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. I'm on a bit of a cut myself. I think I'm down to around 135 kilos. I want to jump on the scale soon, but I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling strong, pursuing my arm wrestling, but my goal as well is to be jacked, to look strong. I don't want to just look like a big guy. I want to look fucking jacked. I want to look a little bit scary and sexy. You know what I mean? Do I look sexy? Am I scary? Am I dangerous? Does that get you going a little bit? It does, doesn't it? Don't you, bloody, you can't run away from me right now. You got the camera. But anyway, I'm going to go and chase her. And until next time, I think you know what to do, baby. Go and do some dumbbells at the gym or in the garage. Go and do it.